Alright folks, if you're like me, you ran across this particular warning light. So let's go ahead and use this thing to start. Got a nice check engine light going on there. I'll wait till that shuts up. P1217. Alright, so let's check out the code reader. Alright, so we have one of these things here that we're going to check the code with, and it's kind of a cheap thing, but it works. Alright, well, after fiddling with that long enough, let's go ahead and see what we have here. So let's run a quick scan. Connect your mobile scan. I just did. Yeah, God, don't get one of these things, man. They hardly work. Alright, we have it set as the Viper. Let's see if we can get a code out of it. Probably just tell us to see the manual again. Yep. No DTC found. See service manual. How beautiful. Why don't we just erase the code and see what happens? Engine off, ignition to run. Erase command sent. Huh. Okay. Alright, well, we got rid of the code. Let's see if we can make it do it again. Alright, so let's go for a little toot and see if we can get that code to come back up. Give it some full throttle and see if it'll open up all the way or something like that. Let's see exactly what makes it trip like that, because I ended up having it do it, I believe, when it was in the 4-cylinder mode. I don't remember if I was, horsing around or not, so let's give her a little bit of horsepower here. Let's see. No, still no codes. Alright, so we're in 4-cylinder mode, still not doing it. I'm starting to think it was just a fluke. But anyway, according to the computer and the interwebs, a P1217 would be active exhaust 1, which means that would be on the left-hand side. So I think that's the one we're going to pull apart here, and after we let this thing cool down a little bit so I don't burn my fingers, and see if that's actually got a broken spring or something. Apparently there's a technical service bulletin that says that spring in particular has been known to have been weak and that there is a replacement number. So when you see it next, unless I can get this code to come back up, I'm gonna go ahead and give that a little bit of a looky-loo and an inspection here. So I'll see you when we get back. Alright, so we're referencing the code here. P1217. Active exhaust valve 1 performance. Alright, so we double checked and verified here. Let's go ahead and pull that thing apart and see what we can find. So before we do that, just want to let you guys know that there will be a separate video just specifically for what I found in the service manual. And it's going to be very short, and it'll be unlisted and in the description below if you're curious to see that kind of thing. So let's get back to it. Okay, so we got this thing all jacked up here. Get it? Now apparently, according to the instruction manual, this is the one that's having the issue. I don't hear anything rattling. Nothing's going all nuts underneath of there. Even though I've got neighbors that like to roll by with loud music, but that's fun. So anyway, so let's make sure we don't break these. We'll zap these with some coil. Just to make sure we don't break them. They look like a 10 mil. There we go. Now you guys can see them. Oh, surprise, surprise. Definitely not a 10 mil. Okay, smaller. Now, I don't recommend people taking this particular approach, but figure out what size it is. But sometimes, I always found, well, I should say, sometimes I find that these things are super particular and they want to pop anyway, and they want to break. especially exhaust parts. So I like to take an impact, give it just a little tap, because then it's equal on all sides instead of it being leveraged weight or leveraged force. And there we go. All right. Those are coming off nicely. There we go. See what kind of spring we have underneath there. Well, looks like the spring is pretty good to me. Alright, I think we just had a fluke. It's going to make for a really short video. But anyway, that's how you check those and make sure that they're working. And these are where these belong. So I think we just ran across a small fluke. Got two little pits on either side of here. Let me get you guys up a little bit closer. So you got two little pits on either side of here, match up into the spring. And apparently the spring is, well, it's still good. But I'm going to match the spring back to this position here, so we make sure this is working like it's supposed to, and then we'll seal this back up and drive it. Nice short video. Looks like everything's fine so far, so that's kind of good on my behalf. If you're not so lucky, I'll leave part descriptions down in the I'll leave part numbers in the description below. Matter of fact, what I'll do even is I'll do this. I'll do one even better. There we go. You might be able to get a part number off of that. So hopefully that helps a little bit. Not gonna get those too tight. Okay, that's where we're gonna leave that. And then what I'm gonna do is get my torque wrench. I'm gonna make that sure that's torque to spec here. That way we're not gonna hurt anything. Unfortunate we don't have anything that goes down. Apparently the torque spec is like 27 inch-pounds. We don't have anything that goes down that low. So what I'm doing here is just kind of going by the gut. I don't recommend you do this. Obviously you're gonna want to do it right, but for me, I just figure that basically means finger tight, so nothing too crazy. Just enough so it won't break it. There you go. That's all. That's all we're gonna hold on there with. We're not gonna go crazy with that. I don't want to break it. Alright, let's start this thing up, make sure it's not gonna throw any codes or anything. Alright, got our key. See what we got. Alright, let's run this diagnostic here. Nothing yet. Oh, I think we'll call that fixed for now. So I'll let you guys know if it does it again, and if that's the case, then we'll replace it. But I think we just had a fluke, so that's a good thing. Well, anyway, that's how you test, diagnose. Well, anyway, yeah, I'll make a closer for this. Well, looks like we found out what the problem is, and it's kind of fortunate and unfortunate at the same time, because it's unfortunate that you don't really see anything that's broken. We can't really replace anything, get any parts for that, but I will include a parts number in the description below for a spring, which is usually what causes that issue according to the forums that I read. So cool, at least it was just a fluke and nothing's really truly wrong. But I appreciate you guys coming and stopping by, and hope this better arms you to, or I guess better equips you to find out what's going on with your vehicle, your Challenger. So cool, thanks you guys. Make sure that you do all of the cool stuff like subscribing and everything like that, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.